on the rise due to the frequent downpours. So what answer would you choose for this? What do you think is the right answer? Recently, the number of dengue cases what on the rise? Hi Little Butter Latte. Everyone's just lurking in the viewing section. Nobody's replying. It feels like I'm talking to myself again. Okay, no worries. So the subject is the number, okay? The number of cases. Oh, hi Poop. Am I allowed to say that on live? The guy's username is Poop. Oh, okay. Okay, but you say 2. Thanks for what do you call it? Commenting and joining the live, okay? I think someone asked the inquiry, if I'm not wrong. Okay.
Is this English class? Is it?
I can't see what the inquiry is though. I only can see that someone asked the inquiry. Okay. Recently the number of dengue cases, so the number is singular. Okay, we are not focusing on this. So on the rise due to frequent downpours. Okay, you can hear me, right? Okay, maybe Siona didn't hear when I said it was an English class. But yes, I'm teaching English on here, okay? So the number, which is what I want to look at, it's like saying the class, okay? Another example would be the class of students. So students over here is plural, but this is not what I'm looking out for. This is my main subject. And over here, this is singular. So same thing, okay? And over here you see this word, recently. So recently means it's present tense. Number is singular. So present and singular you use is. Okay? But nice try, Poop. Okay? Remember, we're not looking at dengue cases, we are looking at the number. Okay, it's like saying the class of chemicals, the class of students. You must see what they write. What's the sentence structure? Okay, so this is out. These two are out, obviously, because it's past tense. Okay, moving on to question 2. Father said we could go camping together, blank. Chris asked his brother. So this is question tag, another common question, right? Apart from tenses. Remember, question tag, the general rule is that if the front part is positive, the back part is negative, and vice versa. Okay, so over here, what is the question and what is the tag? So what should we put here? So over here we should put something that is negative, because over here it says could go, which is positive. Okay? Hi, not Greg, welcome back. Where's the other person? The one that had like a matching PFP. It was the brown cat, I think. Okay, but you say 3, didn't he? Okay, that is absolutely right. Had and hadn't doesn't go with our sentence, okay? Because over here, it says the original verb is said. So, did he or didn't he? Over here, we are looking for a negative, correct? So, the negative is didn't he. This is positive, that's why it's wrong, okay? Good job, Greg. Okay, next question. Okay, everyone's like taking turns to answer the question. But sure, at least someone's replying me. Okay, my neighbors introduced a friend of what to me during the picnic? Their, them, theirs, or themselves. Hi, Eugene. Greg, you say 3 again. As in 3 for this question, I assume. So, my neighbors introduced a friend of blank to me. Oh, I feel like I've seen this question before, but for a different paper. Okay, Poop also says 3. Hi, Moonlight. Welcome back. Welcome back. Haven't seen you for a very long time. Okay, whoa, okay, suddenly there's a lot of people. Thanks for commenting, guys. You're making my day. Okay, I'm over-exaggerating it, but yes. Hi, Trix. Welcome to the live. First time seeing you here. But you say 3. Okay, someone submitted another inquiry, but I can't see it. Okay, never mind. Let me focus on this paper. So all of you say 3, correct. Okay, so friend of whose. So over here we need a possessive pronoun. So you guys are right to say theirs, okay? My neighbors introduced a friend of theirs because this is their friend. So over here we need word that possessive that shows signs of sorry, not pronouns. Possessive, possession or ownership. Okay, that's what we are looking out for. That's why theirs is correct because we need possessive. Okay, moving on. Oh, feels like we are going through the MCQs pretty quickly today. Okay, Luke's classmates congratulated him blank his first win in the recent national track and field competition. Okay, not Greg. Very focused on. Okay, so now we are at prepositions, right? So what's the correct preposition for this? Congratulate him blank. In other words, is congratulate someone blank something. Oh, hi Diva. Welcome to the live. Okay, anyone other than Greg wants to try? The previous few people that commented. Anyone wants to try? Hi Sen. Hi user. Hi Black Forest. Okay, seems like there's no one. No worries. Okay, not Greg is right once again. Okay, so you would say congratulate someone on something. Okay, you wouldn't say congratulate in, congratulate at, or congratulate over. There are prepositions to be used in different scenarios. And we don't pair them with congratulate, okay? Congratulate don't have many prepositions that you can pair with. Yeah, usually you'd say congratulate on, congratulate him for his first win, also possible, okay? Okay, question 5. Even though our computer is old, we have blank problems with it, Simon commented. Okay, when I saw this question, I was having took me some time to think of the correct reasoning as to why that is the answer for this question. Okay, not Greg says do. Anyone else? Anyone else wants to give it a shot apart from not Greg? Hi Poop, welcome back. Hi Yani. Okay, so over here, right? Problems. These words are all uncountable or countable. So we need to find out whether problems is countable or uncountable in the first place, okay? So problems is countable. But the thing is, if you put it into the context of this question, you cannot say that we have many problems with it because they use the word even though, right? It doesn't fit the sentence structure. So over here, we have to use an uncountable word. But you'll be thinking, why? Because problems is a countable noun, right? Countable plural noun in this case. But over here, little is indeed the answer, so not Greg is right. Apart from the common phrase that you hear, like, I have little problems with you, I have little problems with this. Generally, if you want to say you don't have a lot of problem, you will use few because it's countable. You need to use a countable word, a countable noun. But why it is little in this case is because we are not talking about the quantity of problems. We are looking at it from a different approach. Over here, we're looking at the degree, the severity of it. Okay, so we are talking about the degree as to how much difficulty they faced. That's why we say little. Okay, and I can't count degree. I can't count like how intense something is. That's why the answer is little in this case. Okay, moving on to the next question. Question 6. We blank have attended the play if we had known you were acting in it. Oh, hi No, thanks for sharing the live. So over here, this is a conditional sentence, right? About, okay, not Greg says 3 and Poop says 4. Okay, so conditional sentence about a past unreal situation. Okay, will is definitely out. Will is used for future. Shall also out because it's not past. Okay, not Greg, I see you. I see that it's 3. And yes, you are right. So 3. Should usually we use for advice, okay? Not for hypothetical. And over here, this is unreal situation, basically hypothetical. Now, would. Would, usually you use with have and a past participle. Okay? Shows you the event, the timeline of something. Anyway, for those that don't know what past participle are, don't confuse it with tenses, okay? Past participle is basically like see is present, saw is past, and seen is past participle. If the word doesn't have a past participle and then you have to use it as like imperfect tenses, you have to use past participle, right? Just use the past tense of it, okay? Okay, next question, question 7. The spectators cheered wildly as they watched Usain Bolt blank past the finish line. So, is it run, ran, runs, or running? Remember, there is a verb here that already has watched. Greg, is the answer 3 for this, or was it for the previous question? Hi, Steam Mark. Hi, Lizery. So the spectators cheered wildly as they went. Oh, hi, Montclair. Thanks for commenting. So they say run, number 1. Okay, anyone else? Hi, Midas. For the previous question. Okay, you wanna give this question a shot before I reveal the answer? Hi, Ryan. So after words like watch, what should you use? So watch means they see from start to finish, right? Over here is finish line. So you also say one, so correct. So after verbs like watch, we use the bare infinitive or the base form of the verb, which is run in this case, okay? Ran is past tense, doesn't follow watch here. Runs is present tense, doesn't match also. And running would suggest ongoing. Remember, this ing is always continuous. Continuous means still happening, okay? And it wouldn't be a completed event if it's still happening. Okay. Oh, hi, Mian Pao. Welcome back to the live. Okay, I met many old friends at the wedding dinner. Some of blank I had not seen for years. Okay, again, common question. Who, which, whom, whose. So when do you use what? Hi, yep. So over here, what do you think is... Can I teach you how to pronounce your filter? Okay, sure. You can break it down into syllables if you want. Montclair said 3, whom. So, Greg also says 3. Anyone else? Mian Bao, do you want to try? Or you busy typing out how to pronounce this filter? Actually, the person that asked me to change the filter is gone. I don't know where she went. Yalu blue the beer. What language is that though? Hi Olive, hi being switched. Okay, so who is for subjects? Subject form, okay? Which, remember, Tebia. Tebia. Yalu blue Tebia.
You're not cursing, right?
No.
The person, not cursing.
No, when I read it out, it doesn't sound like I'm cursing. Maybe in a different language. Okay, I'll just stop pronouncing it. See how the first letter is the same as last one? Oh, she says she's not cursing. Wait, I can't see the thing. I'm not the moderator. I don't have the laptop to see the... See what's the name of the filter and change the thing. I think she's trying to teach me how to pronounce. Okay, but sorry for the sidetrack for the rest of you that are watching. Okay, which is used for things, remember, not for people. Whom is object of verb, but used for person, people. Whose is possession, ownership, okay? Hi, Frozen. Wait, where did the Ariana Grande person go? She left. Too busy. So over here, had not seen for years. It's the verb, right? And then you, some. That's why it's pretty obvious now, right? So I think only one person said 3. Oh no, 2 people said 3. So you guys are right to use whom in this case, okay? Not who. Okay, next question. Hi David. Yes, you're absolutely right. It's whom. Welcome to the live, David, and thanks for commenting. Okay, the jewelry on display in the museum belonged to my grandmother. Okay, 2. Moncler and not Greg says belongs. David say belong. David, did you type wrongly? Forgot to add S, or was it really belong? I'll give you a while more. For those that joined the live, we are doing 2022 P5 Eoy paper today, okay? Okay, the jewelry on display in the museum belonged to my grandmother. So jewelry is uncountable. Thanks for the likes, not Greg. So this is uncountable singular. Okay? And belong, what is belong? Belong is a verb. And over here, verbs, when it's singular, we add S at the back. So in this case, Moncler and not Greg, you guys are right. Okay? David, you're close. You use belong if it's plural. Okay? For verbs plural, you don't add S. Is belonging is the wrong tense form because it's not continuous. Okay? Same reason for option 4. Hi Mianpao, welcome back. Okay, next question. Blank for a short break, Amir has been working on his art project for the past 5 hours. So would you say it's apart, except, despite, or besides? Okay, David says 3, Moncler and not Greg says 2. David, I like how you always have a differing answer. Very good. It's good to have differing opinions sometimes. Not blindly follow the crowd. Okay, but we'll see who is right. Apart. Apart is usually followed by the word from. So apart from this, that means excluding this. Okay? Like there's something else that we are missing that I want to talk about. Something along those lines. Okay, it doesn't fit naturally here. Except means to, oh, hi Puvin. Thanks for commenting. I'm just about to explain option 2. So except for means excluding. Okay? Which fits here because I want to say excluding for the short break, Amir has been working on his art project for the past 5 hours. That means he has been focused. The only time he hasn't been focused is this short break. So this is what the question is looking for. Despite. Despite is used to show contrast. So when you have sentences that give you two different parts and they're talking about different things, they show contrast. You can use words like despite, okay? And over here, besides means in addition to. Okay? So over here, the right answer is except. Nice try, David, but don't be discouraged, okay? Okay, let's move on to vocab MCQ. Ali and David shook hands after their conflict was what by their teacher? Is it solved, cleared, resolved, or eliminated? David and Puvin says 3. Okay, anyone else wants to try? Oh, hi Zach and G. Welcome back. I assume you're free today. Hi John, hi Nicole. How's my day going? Same old, same old. Also, if you're wondering what's a different format, we are trying out a different format starting from yesterday. Okay. For now, I feel like I just realized the questions are cut off. I feel like the questions are clearer. Hi TX and ZZ. Okay. Ali and David shook hands after their conflict was what by their teacher. So what does solved mean? Solve is usually used for problems. Hi Mimosa. Sounds familiar, but I don't remember that profile picture. So nice, new layout. Oh, do you like the new layout? You can give your suggestions in the comment section. Because yesterday when we tried, some people said it was quite messy for them. Okay, solved is used for problems or puzzles. Okay, not really emotional conflict. So this is out. Cleared. What does cleared mean? Cleared doesn't convey the idea of settling a dispute. Okay, clear, you can either clear up a problem, a certain area, or it can mean it's like the resolution of something. It's very clear. Or maybe this lake or this ocean, the water is very clear. Okay, but over here it's not specific enough. And it doesn't have the idea of settling a dispute. Okay. Hi Sukhi. Now resolve, the only option that everyone chose, is indeed correct. So what does resolve mean? So resolve means that the issue was settled or solved, and usually in a peaceful way, okay? Not needing violence. So that's what we are looking here, because this was resolved, or this was settled. Sorry, I should be circling this. Okay, eliminated. What does eliminated mean? Pretty common word, right? You think the layout is fine? Okay, that's good feedback. Hi Fields. Eliminated means to remove something. Okay, not settle. Okay, moving on. Next question. Question 12. The burglars blanked their loot before the police arrived. So phrasal verbs. Is it made up, made of, made out, or made over? Also, if you guys are struggling with phrasal verbs, we do have pre-sale for our phrasal verb ebook right now. You can go to Podia to purchase it. Okay? You can just search Writers at Work Podium. There are quite a lot of phrasal verbs in there with definitions, meanings. Well, I just said the same thing with definitions and examples for it. Okay? There are over 800 phrasal verbs, more than that. Okay, anyway, David says 2. Hi, Aaron. Okay, so made up. What does made up mean? Made up means to invent. Okay, that's one meaning. 2 is to reconcile. You wouldn't use it for escape. Over here, the word we would put for the phrasal verb, sorry, not the phrasal verb. The question is to escape. Because they said before the police arrived. Okay, made of. Made of is indeed the answer because it means to escape quickly. With something stolen. So loot, burglars, they use terms like this already, so you know they stole it. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Okay, before moving on, let's explain what does made out mean. So made out means to understand a concept. Now you finally made out this problem. This understand or see clearly, okay? Like from the distance, I could vaguely make out that it was this friend. Something like that. Made over means to transfer ownership. And doesn't have the idea of escape. Okay, over here we're looking to put a phrasal verb that has a meaning of escape in the blank. Okay, next question. A special queue was set up at the clinic to give blank to the elderly to allow them to go first. Hi user. Oh, hi Red Panda, welcome back. I remember this person. Okay, you said 1. So, priority. Sorry, the printing isn't the best. So, priority. Anyone else wants to try? Hi Val. 14.4. Okay, hold on David. We'll get to that after we finish question 13. But thanks for being so enthusiastic. Okay. Special queue to the elderly to allow them to go first. So all this is talking about priority. Priority means to give importance or preference. Okay? Usually to someone or a particular group of people. Okay, so this is correct. Now then, let me explain the rest of the options. Urgency. Urgency just means requiring quick attention. Okay, need to be done quickly, need to be done soon. Attention. Attention is too general word. General focus, and it's not specific to queuing. Okay, over here we are talking about special queue. Okay, reservation. Reservation is to book a particular place. Booking. Not related to a special queue, right? Why would you need to book a special queue? In the first place, if you already book a slot at the clinic, you just need to shop at the time and then you'll be attended to. Okay? There isn't even a need to queue. Okay, next question. David says 4. The boys rode their bicycles blank down the steep slope without a thought for their own safety. Okay, Red Panda also says 4. Hi Alex Nice. Hi Martha Ko. Hi Rohani. Hi Riza. Okay, the boys rode their bicycles what? Anyone else wants to give it a shot? Hi Ashlyn. Ooh, another familiar name. Don't know if I'm remembering it wrongly though. Hi Casey. Okay, what does leisurely mean? Leisurely means to go slow and relax. Does it match steep slope? When you go through go down a steep slope, the adrenaline will hit you, right? It will be something that is dangerous, or for those adrenaline junkie, it will be exciting for them. Okay, excitedly. Excitedly, what does it mean? Okay. Oh. Excitedly just means you're doing something very eagerly, very happily. Like you're looking forward to this thing. But is it the focus here? Are we talking about them being very happy or looking forward to ride their bike here? I would say it's the answer if they didn't include this word steep slope. Honestly, if they didn't include steep slope, I would accept excitedly even though it's just slope itself. But steep slope means it's dangerous. It has the idea of dangerous, okay? So recklessly is without thinking about safety or consequences, okay? So that is the correct answer in this case. David said, should come up with Kahoot quiz, will be fun. That is true, but it's a bit hard, I would say. But it's a good suggestion though. We'll think about it. Maybe, never know. Maybe next time when you join the live, there'll be a Kahoot session. Okay, frantically. Frantically, what does it mean? It means panic, okay? Not talking about danger, not talking about carelessness. Oh, hi Eddie, welcome back to the live. Okay, next, question 15. Oh. Although we have been... Well, thanks for sending the ice cream, Eddie. Although we have been winning the past few matches, we shall not be blank and slacken in our training, the captain told his team. Hi Leon. Red Panda says 4. David also says 4. Hi Mida. Hi Delia. So is it confident, compliant, contented, or complacent? Hi Cheyenne. Ooh, so many Cheyennes. Hi Penguin. So over here, what does confident mean? Confident means that the person thinks that he's good at this particular area. Can be a quality also, okay? But over here, it's not the issue. You wouldn't say, just because you've been winning, we shall not be confident and second in our training, right? It's good to be confident, but overconfidence is the issue. So we should put a word like overconfidence. Okay, now next, what is compliant? Compliance means to obey something, okay? Obey rules, obey laws. So this is unrelated. Contented just means to be happy. But over here, we need to talk about overconfidence, about laziness, so that they don't slack off. So this doesn't have that meaning. So complacent, the one that Red Panda and David chose, is indeed the correct answer, because complacent means to be satisfied and not putting in more effort. Okay, so just because you win doesn't mean you should be complacent. Just because you scored full marks for this particular test doesn't mean you should be complacent. Okay, there are always room for improvement. Okay, Red Panda and David, you guys want to do any particular section? Editing, Compre Close, or SMT? I would assume SMT. Hi Sach. Okay, if no one says anything, I'll just go through SNT. Anyone? Red Panda? Your vocab and sentence structuring not good. It's okay, but just because it's not good or not something that we are confident in doesn't mean that we shouldn't try. If anything, you should be trying that. You should be practicing that more, okay? Apart from building your confidence, it also can let you know the commonly tested structures, commonly tested questions. So when you do it next time, it'll be pretty simple for you. It's always hard to start something when you don't know anything about it. But when you look back, you're like, actually it's pretty easy. Okay, so prefers. Prefers we always pair with what? We don't say prefer over Red Panda. What's the word we pair prefer with? Oh, what am I writing? So word pairs, right? So what do you pair prefer with? Would rather. You pair with than. Neither. You pair with nor. And either you pair with or. So Red Panda, what do you pair it with? But changing dance to dancing is correct to match with the singing. Okay, remember prefer and his word pair and its word pair. Always make sure that your verb is ing form. Hi Norma dear. Okay, so prefers you pair with the word to. So Red Panda, your sentence is right, you just need to change over to to, okay? Ryan prefers dancing to singing. Okay, so this is the correct comparative structure when we are talking about preferences. Remember that you pair it with to, okay, Red Panda, and learn the word pairs. Oh, I just realized you guys can't see. Okay, let me zoom out for a bit. Okay. Maybe like 5 seconds. Then I'll zoom back in and we get to the second question. Okay. Hi Nuha Slate. Okay, David, if you wanna give it a try, do put it down, then I can try to explain to you why you get it wrong. Or you never know, maybe you'll get it right. Okay? If not, you can, hopefully you'll learn something from what I'm explaining. Okay, next. Priya ate the expired chocolate. She fell sick. So having what? Hi, me for. So having what? Remember having, we saw that in MCQ also, right? Having, you always have to add what? Past participle. Oh, good job trying, David. Okay, let me see what you wrote. Having expired chocolates make Priya fell sick. Having eaten the expired chocolate, Priya fell sick. Okay, over here, I think you assume that having has the idea of eating. I think some people say it like that. But for SNT, right, we will change the tenses or the word form max. But then, we will put whatever is left of the sentence inside. Only exception is if the word they give you already has the idea or the connotation of certain words in the sentence, okay? So over here, Red Panda say, having eaten the expired chocolate, Priya fell sick. It's correct, okay? So you just need to add the ate part portion in, but remember to change the tense to past participle, like we mentioned. Having eaten, oh hi, post Joe, yeah, post Joe. Having expired chocolates, Priya was sick. Okay, because the sentence used ate, so we'll write it back in the past participle form, okay? Having eaten the expired chocolates, who fell sick? Priya fell sick. Okay, but nice try, post Joe and David. I will understand why you guys didn't put the word ate in it, because some people say having as, oh, I'm having waffle, as in like I'm eating it, something like that, okay? Okay, next question. Janet destroyed Li Mei's clay figurine. Janet was envious. So you must change the word form of envious. This is also another common structure or common question that you will see in SNT. So out of what? Usually when you see out of starting, right, you put a reason or emotion. Okay, David said, out of envious, Janet destroyed Li Mei's clay figurine. Okay, correct, but envious, you must change the word form. I'll give you another clue, change to the noun form. So what's the noun form of envious? Post Joe, you wanna help David out? Or Red Panda, you wanna help David out? Out of envy. Yes, post Joe and okay, yes, all three of you are right. Out of envy. So it's like saying he was proud. That's why he didn't want to seek help. So in this case, you would change proud to pride, okay? So this one you have to know for SNT. It's a common question that you'll see. So out of envy, Janet destroyed Li Mei's clay figurine. Okay, seems like we are doing not too shabby so far. Okay, question 69. Neither the hat nor this dress is for sale. Okay, neither nor. See, word pairs again. Sometimes they will test you in grammar, sometimes they will test you in SNT. Okay, remember, if it's either, you use or. Neither, you use nor, okay? Okay, so both what? Anyone want to give this a shot? Hi, Siu Mai. So both what? Both what? So over here, neither nor in this original sentence, right? And both and yes, the same meaning. Okay, so basically asking you to rewrite this with the same meaning, just using different word pair. Both the dress and the hat are not for sale. Sorry. Not for, okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Hi, hello, hi, hi. That's a lot of hello, but thanks for liking the live. Sorry, I didn't catch your full username. Hi, President Pudding. Hi, Lillian. David says both hat and dress is neither for sale. No. Okay, if you want to use neither, use with nor, okay? If you use with both, you will use with and. Okay, remember your word pairs. Okay, so you tried it again. Both hat and dress. Oh, no, you didn't try it again. I saw wrongly. Okay, but you don't use neither anymore because it's the same meaning. You wouldn't put words with the same meaning together. It's like trying to say he was happy, right? But then you use different words of happy after happy. Like he was happy, elated, euphoric. Like it's just not gonna flow grammatically. So over here, a red panda is right. But good try, David. So both the hat and this dress, remember change from is to are, okay? Because neither nor, you look at one, is, both, you're saying both, so it becomes plural. Hi Post Joe, you said both the hat or the dress. No, not or. I think you meant to type nor. But when you say both, it's two things already, okay? So we don't give the option anymore. Neither nor is the option. Both and is saying both things. So both the hat and this dress are not for sale. And you need to write not in because neither, when I say neither this nor this is for sale, it's the meaning that these are not for sale, okay? Hi Sharon Lim. Okay, last question. I drew this picture last year, declared Evan proudly. Evan declared proudly what? So this one, another common one, direct to reported. There are a few things that you need to remember for this type of sentence structure or question structure. Hi ZTY. Hi Elam Ren. Hi Raymond Ng. Declared proudly that he had drawn that picture the previous year. Okay, sounds about right. Anyone else wants to try? Hi Devjean. Hi Kif. Anyone else wants to try? Evan declared proudly what? Okay, I'll wait a while more, maybe 5:15 for Post Joe and David, if David wants to give it a try. Oh, thanks for the heart. Sorry. Thanks for the heart, Shermatsi. Thanks for joining live. Also, if you want to answer the question, you can do so, okay? Okay, David said, Evan declared proudly that he drew the picture last year. Okay, so for this kind of question, last year must change. Oh, Ray Panda asked a question. Can you use the year before also, right? Yes, also can. Okay, so two ways to change them, but only these two ways. And remember, drew must change the tense. Okay, go 1 tense back. Evan declared proudly. Huh?
Somebody sent you gifts earlier. Did you see?
Oh yeah, the heart, is it?
And the ice cream.
Oh yeah, I thanked them. Okay, so Evan declared proudly that he, so go 1 tense back, past perfect, he had drawn the picture, then change last year to the previous year or the year before, okay? Hi Troy FJ. Okay, and with this we are done with S&T. Since there are not many people commenting, I'll do editing instead. Okay, let me see if this... Okay, let's do zoomed in. Okay, but nice try, David. Hopefully you learn about this common structure. Actually, I think this paper S&T is pretty good for you to start off with because all the questions are pretty common. You're confused why last year must change to previous year because you're okay, when I'm telling you directly, I'm telling you, oh, this happened this happened then. This happened. I drew this last year, correct? But then when I want to tell someone else in a reporting kind of way, like, oh, actually, that person told me this, then it becomes a reported speech. Then you need to change it. You need to change the tense, the subject, and when it happened. So usually it'll be like yesterday, tomorrow. So it's either going backwards or going forward in the future. Okay? Have Mahabodhi. Hi, Candy Chow. Mahabodhi. I think I'm doing Mahabodhi tomorrow. Let me check. Hold on. Oh, no, I'm doing Mahabodhi on Thursday. So you can come on Thursday if you want. For now, we're doing 2022 P5 Eoy paper. Okay? If you
We can see on top.
you can see on top.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now actually now I can see. The previous few lives I cannot see at all, even though we put it in the title. But yeah, on top, there is the paper that we're doing.
Where I put down
Okay, the moderator has moved it down.
But the thing is they cannot see.
The question, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Then I put it back.
I think we can put it on top. No, it's because I didn't know that we added this.
I just added it now.
Yeah, like in the past we didn't have this. Okay. But anyway, Candy Chow, if you want to stay and answer the questions, do feel free, okay? And I hope I answered your question, David. Okay, moving on to editing. Her skin is covered in scales that gleam in the sun. Almost 60 centimeters long, Nala is a python, current coiled in the palm of my hand. So what do you think it is? Post Joe says currently. I just realized Post Joe's PFP is Elmo. That's so cute. I thought it was just a random comic or something. Okay, welcome back, Red Panda. Red Panda, do you want to answer this question? So what do you change current to? This is obviously not spelling error, right? So this is grammar. So we must change the word form. Okay, you also say currently. Good job. So Nala is a python currently coiled in the palms of my hand. I am excited as I never imagined. How do you spell imagine? Is it double M? Hi Lash Ink SG. Always got these companies. But hello. Hi Ivan, welcome to the live. Imagine with only one M. Okay, anyone else? Oh, and you change the E after the G to an I. Anyone else wants to try? Post Joe, do you want to try? Candy Chow, you want to try? What about David? Where did David go? Hi Moonwalker. Okay. Oh, hi 10, welcome back. Okay, imagine. Correct. So you guys spelled it right. Okay. I'll wait a while for the words to come back, yeah.
Why? Oh, shucks. Wait.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, because it's my screen.
Okay, it's back.
It's back.
Okay. Yeah, so imagine is not spelled with double M and it's spelled with an I after the G, okay? 10 with the awkward emoji. Sorry, the moderator's trying to make all of our experience better, okay? Hi Nick. Okay, next. My previous encounters. How do you spell encounters, not encounters? And is it this N, like ending kind of N? Hi Sailor Moon. My previous encounters. Okay, anyone else wants to try? Hi Mia Yusuf. Okay, Red Panda also said encounters with an S. Post Joe also says the same. Okay, you guys are alright. You guys are like spelling wheezes. Hi Brenda. Okay, encounters with snakes at zoos featured a glass partition separating us. Hi Yogesh. So how do you spell separating? Actually, all the letters are given to you. It's just something is placed wrongly. Oh, hi Easy. Oh, so Easy was the person I was referring to, the one with the brown cat. Okay, just now not Greg was here. The one with like the brown dog, if you remember Easy. Okay, yes, everyone spelled it right. Hi Jermaine. I don't think it's the same Jermaine. Okay, but yes, separating is S-E-P-A-R-A, okay? I remember I remember this word as it's always A after the P. It just stuck with me since primary school to spell it this way. Okay. Next, the Singapore Zoo is unlike others I have visited. I have come to the Singapore Zoo with apprehension. How do you spell apprehension? Double P, very good. Apprehension. Okay, anyone else wants to give spelling apprehension a try? Oh, I nearly stuttered. Hi, Brian. Hi, Henry. Hi, Melf too. Okay, so you guys are right. Apprehension is Apprehension. Okay, next question. I am uncomfortable about seeing wild animals blank captivity. This is preposition. What preposition should you put here? In. Okay, all of you say in. Hi, Faith. Anyone else wants to try? Okay, I'll give you guys 5 more seconds. Okay, it's kind of quiet. Okay, so correct, in. Seeing wild animals in captivity. Remember, this phrase always used together, okay? In captivity. Don't say at, don't say on, don't say for. Don't say through, don't say above, and all the rest of the prepositions. Okay, at zoos I had visited in the past, the animals were suffering in small cages with almost no greenery. That is animal cruelty. Here I spent the morning having breakfast. What should it be? Here I what? Hi Ashley. What should you change spends to? This is grammar. Spent. Okay, anyone else? Oh, just nice. Red Panda, we're talking about zoos. And then, just realize your name is Red Panda, endangered species. Hi Lavender2820. So here I spent the morning, correct. Okay, Red Panda's getting everything right, so there's not much for me to explain. Orangutans are Singapore Zoo's flagship species, and they roam freely in their habitat. How do you spell habitat? Hi, 1can8520. Easy, habitat, Habitat. Okay, anyone else? Oh, okay, 10 also spells the same. Red Panda also. Okay, great job. So, habitat. Okay, walk around. I spot some descendants of arming. The red pandas in Singapore Zoo are so cute. I agree. I haven't been to Singapore Zoo in a long time though, but from what I remember, the last time I went, there were red pandas, and then they were like roaming freely in that aircon area, right? Walking. Okay. Hi, David. Walking. Hi, banana. Oh, is this the spelling error banana? Okay, correct. So it's walking. Also remember to capitalize it, because that's the start of the sentence. Hi, Twilight. Hi, Jean Kwa. Okay, walking around, I spot some descendants of Aming, the park's more famous orangutan. The park's what? Over here, are we talking about comparative? Are we talking about superlative? Okay, it is the spelling error banana. Oh, he always comes when I do editing. Pretty coincidental. Okay, but everyone says most, correct. Because it's superlative, that's the word we have to put here. Most famous orangutan. Rescued. Hi, Stephen Lee. I thought it was Stephen Lim. Hi, Gerard. Okay, rescued from a private home where she was being kept illegally. How many L does illegally have? How many L does illegally have? double at the front and double at the back. Oh, why does it say some comments are filtered? Hi, Safi. Okay, but 10, you are right. There are 2 L's at the front, 2 L's at the back, okay? Okay, last question before we stop the paper for the day, and I'll do a short promo before I end live. Okay, she eventually became a tour icon. Tour icon? No, this is the wrong form. Hi, Terry. Tourist account. Why did I say account? Tourist icon. Hi, Sky Bear. Okay, anyone want to try? 10, you want to give it a try? Calling. Okay, yes, you are indeed correct. So eventually became a tourist icon for Singapore until she died in 2008. I feel my reservations about animals in zoos recede. Okay, good job for today's paper, guys. I don't know if it was easier. I feel like it was still the same standard as always, except for that question 5 in grammar. But yes, other than that, you guys did well for today. Okay, let me do a short promo for our June holiday program once again before I end the live. Let me zoom in a little more. Okay, so we do have June holiday programs for primary 1 all the way to primary 6, okay, and even specifically for PSLE. Okay, so if you sign up by the end of this month, you will get early bird promo. You get for every course that you sign up for, you will get 2 freebies, okay? Our Writers at Work model composition ebook, $50 voucher for our new regular programs, and specifically only for the new PSLE Compo Writing Crash Course students, you guys will get additional freebie of PSLE Masterclass ebook Get a Grip, okay? And this Compo Writing Crash Course can be done either purely online or purely offline, like in centers, physically. You think spelling error? Which part of the banner has spelling error? Do let me know, then I can change it. Okay, but yes, so if you guys are interested, or if there are any parents here that are interested to sign your child up for the programs, you can either WhatsApp us, scan the QR code, go to our website to find out more, or just text us, or either on TikTok, Instagram, just reach out to us, okay? Okay, but if not, that will be all for today's live. Thanks everyone for joining, for those that like, share, and thanks to the two people that gave me the gifts. Sorry, I only can't remember who's that person? Eddie
and
Oh.
Sherwood.
Oh, Eddie and Shermoon C. Okay, the moderator can see. But thanks guys, thanks. Okay, bye bye. I'll see you guys tomorrow.